Hey everyone, this is Derrick Broze with the Conscious Resistance Network, and thank you guys for tuning in for this short update. Look, let me get straight to the point. I was accepted into CPAC, Conservative PAC, one of the biggest conservative events happening in the United States every single year. This is the event where back in 2015, Donald Trump famously launched his presidential campaign, and here we are 1 decade later, and Trump has transformed the event, now making it pretty much all about him and about following his movement. Now, this isn't people who I would say necessarily actually believe in Make America Great Again, the America First movement. It's more pretty much a cult of personality about Trump. And I decided to, on a whim, apply to get in as a media man, with a press credential. And if you're looking on screen, you can see this. Look at this. It says, if you're receiving this email, your credential has been approved for CPAC next Wednesday through next Saturday at the Gaylord Texan Resort and Convention Center, Grapevine, Texas, right outside Dallas, Texas. And I'm going to go to this. I'm going to fly from Morelia, Mexico, central Mexico, where I live, and I'm going to go in person because I think that this is actually worth going to. I mean, not necessarily because I agree with a lot of what is going to be said. In fact, I'm sure I will not agree with most of what's being said, but because there are so many people there who I think need to be questioned and challenged, and that is my job as an independent journalist. So let me just show you a couple of the highlights real quick, because the point of this video is to let you know I am going to this event and I would love your support. I've launched a crowdfunding campaign. The link will be in the description below. I'm trying to raise $1,000. The tickets for the flight are $430. I'll show you in just a moment. Plus, if I'm going to get an Airbnb or a hotel and food, it's going to cost me close to $1,000. So I'm aiming for that. If you want to support and you're short on time, the link is below. But for those who got a little more time, let me go ahead and show you this. CPAC 2026 happening at the Gaylord Texan Resort and Convention Center. Here you are. It's mostly business casual. It starts on Wednesday. There's going to be an international faith summit. There's going to be, cocktail lounges, dinners, all this sort of stuff. They're going to have mass. They're going to have all kinds of stuff going on. And there's going to be talks Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Things wrap up Saturday night, and then I'll be coming home Sunday. Now, I wanted to show you some of the people that I would like to interview and I would like to maybe question and challenge if I have the opportunity. I'm going to do my best not to get kicked out and to actually just ask hard questions. And if they can handle it, then they won't complain and they won't kick me out. One of them is Brendan Carr, the current chair of the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, who has been in this position in the past. You guys might remember, those who followed my work for a long time, that I actually confronted him back in Houston in 2018 about 5G 2 days in a row, and he acted like a robot and didn't have any real good response to my questions. Since that time, he is now even stronger in the Trump administration. He is the one who said we can do this the easy way or the hard way when it came to Jimmy Dore. Not that I'm a fan, not Jimmy Dore, Jimmy Kimmel. Not that I'm a fan of Jimmy Kimmel, but he has now been threatening people, to take licenses away from people who allegedly report unfairly on the Iran war. I think he needs to be questioned. Then we also got Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins. She's got some deep big ag connections, Monsanto pesticide connections. Some people think she might be one of the people negatively influencing and interfering with the MAGA movement in the Trump administration. So I think she probably is worth asking some hard questions. Steve Bannon, of course, Trump's former advisor, who is heavily listed in the Epstein emails. And I think there's a few questions I could come up with for him. And then Dr. Robert Malone, who many people were supportive of during the COVID era. He's currently a member of the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. He gets a lot of support for his vaccine stances. I've personally never really trusted this guy, and he has come out very, very much in support of the war with Iran. I think he might need to be challenged on that. Then you got Tom Homan, who is, of course, the White House border czar of the Trump administration, in charge of ICE and their border policy. Obviously, there's some questions I could ask of him. Then we got Senator Ted Cruz, who I also questioned back in, I think, 2013. I think I think there's some questions we could get to him. Let me just say that. Then in terms of what I would consider mainstream alternative media, just puppets to Trump, Jack Posobiec and Benny Johnson. Both of these gentlemen, I think, deserve to be questioned and challenged because they literally just back Trump no matter what. And it's just disgusting to watch them over on Twitter. And here's the press operations. You can see there's details here about the event and what it all entails. Starting Wednesday, goes through Saturday. Like I said, I'll be coming home Sunday. I've already applied. I've already got accepted. I need to send some emails in to try to get interview requests. But even if I don't get official interviews, you've seen my style. I just like to walk up to people and put my camera in their face and see what they respond to. So as I said, I'm trying to raise between $800 to $1,000 for this trip. And that is for the flight, that is for some food. I'd like to eat a little bit on this trip. And that is for the cost of hotels or Airbnbs. This is not so Derrick Broze can go on a cruise or anything like that. You know how I've done this before when I went to the fluoride trial and elsewhere. I do this as bare bones as necessary so I can just get what needs to be done. So let me show you guys what this actually entails. Okay, so here is my flight. I got pulled up right here. And the price is in pesos, so don't get scared when you see it. 8,532 Mexican. So let me go over here. This is just xe.com. This is just a website to do conversion. What was it? 8,000. I just want you guys to see in full transparency. So, okay, currently, if I buy this flight right now, which I'm going to do so it doesn't go up anymore, $476. So $477 for the flight. That's a round trip flight with one bag. Like I said, it's nothing lavish. That's how much it's going to cost me just to get to Dallas and to get home. So I'll be leaving next Wednesday. I'll be coming back on Sunday. And if you want to support me, guys, if you want me to go there and ask questions of the people I just listed, or if you want to go to the CPAC website and check out the speakers and see if you have other people you think I should question, then I need your support. As you guys know, my main source of income is your support through Substack, Buy Me a Coffee, and crowdfunding campaigns like this. Yes, I do get paid through The Last American Vagabond to write 3 articles a month. It's not a lot of money. It's only $600. So that barely covers my rent. So if I think that these kinds of events are important to go in person to confront these people, but to do so, I need your support. And I'm going ahead and buying the ticket now. I have full faith that you guys are going to support me in my efforts to do this. And again, if you have people you think I should ask questions to, or if you have ideas of questions, please do comment them or email them to me. Check the link below the video you're watching, and you can get the link to my crowdfunding campaign. I would love to go there and know that I have your support. I'm going either way, but it would be nice if I know that all of my costs were covered because you guys value my work. So again, next week, going to Dallas, Texas for CPAC 2026 to confront some MAGA Trump folks, and not to do this in a confrontational way unless need be, but to do this in a way of actually trying to get legit questions and get that information out to the public, because I think that's important. I think that's how we challenge bad ideas. We do it by questioning them and getting it documented on the record. So again, thank you to everybody who's continuing to support my work out there. I will see you in the next video and maybe see you at CPAC. Until next time, remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful,